spot. So I just dropped off at beauty spot, and weather is a little cloudy, a little rainy. You see a lot of down trees through here. They did a good job of clearing them out for us. So we're headed back down to Erwin, doing a little slack pack today. It should be about 12.5 miles, give or take. So beauty spot parking lot is right through the woods there. You can't see it. Here comes Thora. This should be absolutely gorgeous up here, but as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of visibility today, and it is cold and it is windy. Isn't this pretty? Lighting is very interesting right now. You watch the fog rolling.
He's seen chipmunks and rabbits and deer and the bear, and
we were just talking that we haven't seen much wildlife really. This is just amazingly beautiful through here. The colors are popping, the fog is moving, the lighting is changing every second. It is really interesting.
You want to walk ahead? I'll get you.
We got some trail magic here.
This is usually a very,
Look, this guy's actually alive. We've seen so many of these shells, but haven't seen a snail, and it's so cold, poor guy. That's why he's so still. It's beautiful. Been heading down mountain. The trail's been pretty decent so far. Just had some nice trail magic. Warmed us up, had some nice tea and orange. Always craving my oranges and bananas on trails, and anything warm on a day like today is good. Wind is gusting. We're supposed to have 40 to 50 mile an hour winds today. So I don't think it's quite that high yet, but it is a bit windy out. How beautiful this is. It's out of nowhere. Let's see if we can do the footing here without falling. Yep, we did it without falling. And there's Steve, waiting on us as usual. Old foundation, about 0.1 miles from the Curry shelter, and we're gonna stop there and have lunch. This is the Curry Maple shelter, and this is the Rodney. Happy Trails behind me. Gonna have lunch here. There's the hiker board graffiti at the shelter, and I'm here somewhere. Where am I? Trippy Hippy. Oh, there I am, right there. It's just beautiful through here. Hi guys, look who we found. Short and Pooh Bear. Coming down in the big river. It's beautiful. Well, this is the trail. We're going right up over the railroad tracks. Back at the GP. So Rod dropped us off at Utica Mountain Road and access onto the trail, about a mile and a 0.2 behind us. We're climbing today up to Utica Mountain. We will be hitting the detour area, which I think we're bypassing and staying on the trail because we heard the detour was very dangerous with some really slippery downs. And Rod's gonna hike in from the other end. Chicken and Starfleet are going to stay on trail. I'm gonna get off and do a slack pack today and tomorrow. And then I'm gonna get brave and do my first overnight by myself. Neat little rocky section. They got steps carved out. Interesting that the forest completely changed. It went from like rhododendrons and rocky trail that was narrow to this open forest. We're almost to the top of Unica Mountain. So we're at the top of Unica Mountain, and as you can kind of tell from around me, this is a whole lot different than a lot of the other mountaintops we've been at. It actually has a lot of the big woods, and we got a lot of little pine trees here. It looks like some down stuff. Starting to come into some hurricane damage again. May not look like it, but we're on the trail. Just passed some hikers who did the trail and not to detour, and said that are working on it, and the people are very kind. So that's our plan, to not do the detour. Ugh. To the Conner Rock Trail crew for clearing some of these trees. This is hard work. This is some of our trail workers. Thank you, you guys. We really appreciate it. And this is the loud one over here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good journey.
Thank you. You don't realize the magnitude of work here. This crew is huge. It's a whole nother section of people down here. Are you okay on video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your hard work. I want to get a picture of the hero here.
These guys are working so hard. It's the size of these. You can see how tall that is compared to Steve. And they had to dig that out so we could get through here.
Thank you so much.
Here's a whole crew down here. How sweet.
Really grateful.
Yeah, we're staying on the regular AT. We were told we're not really supposed to go this way. We're supposed to do the reroute. But the reroute has a couple super sketchy sections. There's 2 straight up climbs over very steep grade, and coming down the one side, people were falling and sliding down on their butts, and people were getting hurt. So we're gonna stay on the main trail. Plus I have to go this way to meet Rod. Mind-boggling how many trees are down and how much work it would take to clear this out.
Hi there.
So Happy Trails is with me.
Yep.
We just had lunch, and Chicken and Starfleet went on ahead. They have a much longer day than I do today, and they're going to be meeting their son in a few days and doing a little hike with him and their dog. So we will catch up with them later down the trail.
Catch you later on down the trail.
So this part of the trail has not been bad. They got most of it cut out. There's a few spots you have to walk around, but it's in pretty good shape already. At least the section we're hiking on right now. Let's picking some ramps for our dinner tonight. Ramps are basically a wild onion. So he won't take very many, he just takes a couple. So that the other ones grow.
Couple from this patch, couple from the next patch.
But you can see it looks like a green onion. Oops, yeah. It was too funny. We had hay giggles in front of us, and just interesting to see how big these trees are. Ooh. Oh, that poor little Bleeze.
You're a lot bigger than this.
Oh, I know. Some nice views out there. Yeah, you think you're out of it, but I keep falling into. It's amazing how there's spots where there's no hurricane damage, and then you come into big spots where it's all over the place. How the wind decides what it's going to take and what it doesn't. It's definitely very wild looking. Look at all that. Wow. We have to exit here now. They don't want you going that way, and Rod actually didn't know about the bypass and tried that, and it didn't work too good for him. It's impassable as you go that way. So instead, they have us coming up here on the road, and we walk a short distance down the road to bypass some of the stuff that has not been cleared at all yet. That's larkspur blooming. And the end of the road takes us to the teepee. Teepee's getting well known on the trail. Good morning. Rod dropped me off at Roan Mountain Gap this morning. I am still officially on the closed part of the trail, but they're working across the road on the part that was impassable yesterday, hiking up a forest road, and so far the road's been completely clear. Rod's can meet me on the other end at Hughes Gap, and this is officially the first time that I am hiking on a trail completely by myself, so it'll be an interesting experience, new for me. And it's a beautiful day so far. Looks like I found the north end of the detour. I never get tired of these mountains. The Blue Ridge Mountains are so beautiful. Through the trees there, in the middle there's Clyde Smith Shelter. Met Rod about a half mile ago. We stopped there for lunch and met the other Pooh Bear and Father Time. So that was nice. Had a nice, enjoyable lunch. How absolutely beautiful. This is just stunning. The flowers. It's taking us up, but it's on some nice switchbacks. Here is the view from the top. This is breathtaking.
The big one over there is Unaka Mountain. I don't know where Iron Mountain is for sure.
I went over Unaka yesterday. You can tell it's not spring yet up in the high mountains. You see it in the valleys, the greens, but otherwise it's kind of brownish. It's beautiful though. Hi, honey.
Hello.
I was walking by and just jumped. There's a tree, a big tree down there that just cracked and fell down.
Oh, big one down.
Yeah. A true favorite, the violet. Looks like we're dropping down into Hughes Gap where we're going to get off for the evening. Today's wildlife count was 1 chipmunk at the shelter and a busy bumblebee. A little bit of trail magic. There's some sodas in there. So we're at Hughes Gap, getting started this morning. It's almost 9 o'clock, so a little late start.
I'm going out on an overnight all by myself.
Yeah, I'm going out overnight by myself tonight. Rod's abandoning me, but he's going to start out with me for a little bit today. And then I'll get off tomorrow and we'll celebrate Easter. And I'll get back on trail on the following Monday. So we've been climbing Roan Mountain. It's the highest mountain in Tennessee, I think. At least that's what Rod thinks. We've been flipping back and forth between Tennessee and North Carolina all morning. Actually, I guess that's been the theme for the last couple weeks. This is beautiful through here. It smells very sweet. We're guessing it's the spring beauties blooming. Got my sinuses going. There's some tent sites to the left that Rod pointed out. This is absolutely beautiful up here. Amazing how a few 100 feet in elevation changes the vegetation and the ground. Definitely getting higher than most of the other mountains around us. Everything seems to be lower than us at this point. And I believe we still have about 700 feet to climb. There's been a lot of trees down too up here. Just went through a whole section with stuff that was cut out. Here's another section. I don't know if we're at the top yet, but it's a little different up here. You can see most of the trees are down. I don't see a whole lot up higher than me. Oh, we got a sign up here. Let's see what this says. Ooh, walking finally got a little bit easier too. Appalachian Trail and Cloudland Hotel site. We're at 6150. This is the site of the old Cloudland Hotel. Must have been a beautiful place at one time. Thank you to all the trail maintainers. This would have been a nightmare trying to walk through this. Actually, probably wouldn't have been able to walk through this. We got the big step. This is kind of interesting through here. Looks like there's an old homestead here maybe, or maybe an old shelter at one time. Don't know. So we hiked up to Roan Mountain Shelter, which I believe is actually closed to staying in, I think. But this is an area that's critical habitat for the Carolina northern flying squirrel and spruce fir moss spider. Have to look for some spiders, I guess. This is the inside here. A little rough. Trail crew in action. Such dangerous work. Trail's now following an old forest road. Rod left. He headed back to the Jeep after we had lunch at Roan Mountain Shelter. We met the trail maintenance crew up there. They are from Wyoming. 2 of them are from the Bridger Teton National Forest, one of our favorite national forests. And they know, one of them knows Tim, who we went backpacking with a couple years ago. Should be getting close to Carver's Gap. I'm hearing traffic and I know it's not too much further. This is Barbara. She just gave us some trail magic. I got some tips.
And I was thrilled to do it.
And I got some bananas. Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome.
Came from that direction. It's Barbara's Gap down there. It's a crowded spot. It is Good Friday, so there's a lot of people out. The trail continues that way. So incredibly beautiful. There's the Tennessee side. There's a lot of people over there, so I didn't hike over to this outlook. There's a nice little reminder that we're headed north. A lot of people on this trail. To pick and choose where I can get my camera out without getting people in the video. Good Friday's a busy day outside, which is good. It's good to see people out and about, especially families with young kids. It's so windy. Keeps pushing me off to the left. I just passed probably about 20 people going the other way, and it looks like a lot of people just crested. So I got the trail to myself for a couple minutes. Roan Highlands are beautiful. You can obviously see why this is such a popular day hike there from Carver Gap. It's just amazing views every direction and lots of places to stop and enjoy them. The grassy ridge goes up that way, and the Appalachian Trail goes this way. So I am going to follow the blazes and stay on the Appalachian Trail. Interesting through here. So I stopped at the Stan Murray shelter for about 10 minutes or so and took my shoes off and had a little snack. It was only about 1.9 miles to Roan Mountain shelter, which is actually campsites. But I'm gonna hike to there, make tomorrow a lot easier. And I'm still doing okay today. My feet were a little sore, but I think it's just because it's warm today and they need to come out of their shoes. They're doing better now. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way towards the shelter. Apparently we're at Roan Mountain Gap, and this area used to be a big Revolutionary War site. The men used this area to get over the mountains. So right now I'm going to see if I can find the old barn and find a place to pitch a tent. This is Over Mountain Shelter. It's a campsite. There used to be a big barn here. Apparently they tore it down, but it's a very popular site. As you can see, there's a lot of people here. It is Good Friday, and there's like 3 of those tents down there belong to a family, a big family with their kids. So here's the privy. So I think I'm gonna call it an early night. My stomach is really sore today. I found out that kale also is not a good food for me. It feels like it does when I eat too much gluten and lactose. So my stomach's been sore all day. And Rod did such a nice job today making me a beautiful breakfast. Very, very lucky girl. There's the camp from this side. Down there where those orange tents are is where I came from this morning. It's been a very steep climb out so far. Some nice ridges. And I am going up there somewhere. Still climbing up the first hill. I guess the hint that there was going to be a lot of high climbs should have been Roan Highlands. This is so pretty. Cutting across the field, it looks like you can see where I'll be heading up there. And you can see the mountain view down there. Birds are singing. It's a beautiful morning. And I just came from in between the trees. I'm only doing 9.6 miles. Slept really good in a tent last night. So, good day and all. Met Sunny D and Greta yesterday. So I've been walking parallel to this mountain for a while. Kind of had a feeling I'd probably end up going up it. And, yep, it looks like that's where the trail goes, is straight up that mountain. So I guess I need to get moving. A little caterpillar. This has been a really nice area. Lots and lots of hikers out here, more so than most of the other spots we've been. I guess the weather's warming up and it's Easter weekend. There's a lot of people out. There's a crow playing out there. I'm getting there. I guess I'm ready to start the steepest part now. I sometimes just can't believe I'm still doing this. Just met a pass-through hiker. It was very, very positive. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I just hiked up that. This is something. This is incredibly beautiful. Oh baby, it's a little windy. At the top of the Hump Mountain at 5587. It is so pretty. These Roan Highlands are just gorgeous. So now I'm going to start my hike down. Thank you, Mr. Murray, for your persistence in getting the Appalachian Trail to go through the Roan Highlands. So far, this has been one of the highlights of the trail. I would say it's every bit as beautiful as the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. There's ridges on both sides of this trail. It's so pretty. So we're making our way down the mountain. We're in the forest now. We left the boat. That was absolutely beautiful up there. So that's what the trail's looking like right now. Got a lot of rocks and moss and some flowers and trees. Some places there's water. A little harder walking. Gotta watch your footing a bit, but it's not bad. And my tummy's ground. I guess I gotta stop to eat soon. Yes, finally, we're actually leaving North Carolina for the last time. We've been back and forth between North Carolina and Tennessee since we were in the Smokies. So I feel like I accomplished something now. Yay!
Pleasant surprise.
Look who I ran into.
I found a share.
Well, as you can see from the leaves, we've climbed down quite a bit in elevation. It's getting hotter out for sure. Highlights from the last couple days. Well, we crossed the North Carolina border for the last time, so that's exciting. North Carolina and Georgia are down. Traveled through Roan Highlands, which are actually stunning. It's one of my favorite spots so far on the AT. I went backpacking for the first time without knowing anybody, so it was my first solo trip. And very exciting, I got a text last night that I have a new great niece, so that's really exciting family news. Made my day yesterday. And I'm hiking out with my rod, so it's always makes me happy to be with Happy Trails. Those are very pretty, whatever they are. Like a beautiful carpet of flowers. We're walking along a stream. It's a gentle grade down. You can hear the highway in front of us. Jeep should be up there somewhere. And We'll take a 0 tomorrow and enjoy Easter with Rodney.